came time for the shots that you took, like shots in the arm,
yeah, MMR, measles, mumps, rubella.
Well, I had the measles and the mumps and the I don't know, the whatever.
Yeah.
The smallpox. I had all of that growing up as a kid. It was when it came time to get a booster shot or whatever it was, I just skipped out of it. No, I'm not doing this. I had been scared with needles as a kid. You know, people would tease me about it, and I still hate them today. But I was just so scared. I just
wasn't gonna do that.
I knew when I had to go. Right? You know, everybody was free to go, leave one at a time, and there was people leaving. I just sit there and do my thing, and nobody ever followed up on it or anything. So
Wow.
yeah.
Well, along with that hooky story, because that was my junior high, and I said my story was a little different. So then I ended up at the senior high. And in Chilliwack in those days, I don't know if I would say I was a bright kid. In many ways, I guess I was. I was bored. And I can remember doing things and being so excited. I was taking Spanish and everything. And I would sit there in the class for 45 minutes. And somebody would just drone on and drone on and drone on. So it was about that time. Logan was with Dennis. Dennis was always at the pool hall. So I started going to the pool hall. And I learned to shoot pool. And then I made money.
Okay.
And I just happened to be home one day, and my mom got a call, and it must have been about noon, because I was there for lunch or something. And she was on the phone saying, What? And she got off and she said, You haven't been in school? And for off and on for weeks? Well, and I looked at her and said, I don't want to go. And so I actually quit. I moved in with that girlfriend. I went to work so what would I be? I'd be 17. I worked for about a year or so. And in those days, the university was a college, but they had something that wasn't just your dogwood that you wrote. You actually could go, and it was almost like a correspondence. You had to work through all these units. And she said to me, I think you should do that. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could do it as fast as you wanted. So I was 18. I wasn't accepted because of my age initially. She got on the phone, and here we go back to it. So she talked to, I can't believe these names are coming back to me. Mr. Harvey, that was Art. Him, Mr. Dutton was the vice principal, Mr. Hesketh. Just all of these people said, please let her in, right? So then I went and I did my 11 and 12 in about 2.5 months.
Okay.
So I was graduated before my class, and even my girlfriends, and going to university, So it was I don't know if that was a good outcome of hooky, but I think it was. So not the story you tell kids, though, right?
No.
Maybe not.
But
Maybe not.
Reading an article.
What?
This is California.
Yeah.
Starting next school year, it will be illegal for public schools in the state to suspend students in 1st through 5th grade for willfully defying teachers or administrators.
Really?
It's scary, isn't
That's
it?
sad.
It's not sad. It's terrifying.
That's from government. That's that. And I mean,
but we see this
supposed
here.
to have respect, right?
We see this here.
It used to be when a teacher walked in the class. I mean, I don't know if that wasn't in my time, but I've seen some TV shows. Teacher walks in the room, everybody stands up.
Yep.
Right? To show respect. We strapped.
Lord giveth and
I
the Lord
think it
taketh
was maybe
away.
even harsher then, but these things are scary.
Yeah.
They really are. And in fact, I
Well,
see this.
Tim is not
in
that
schools
well, but
right
I
now,
will tell you that he struggled himself.
Honest to goodness,
And
some of those
he
kids
did
take the bike,
And
over
it's
the
tricky
park.
because, I can't yell at them. I can't put my hand
Did
on
you
them.
tell them?
But they really would do well for someone to grab them by the collar and say, excuse me.
So my
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, both of you.
well, my big
You
thing
can't do
with
anything.
no,
They
because
wanna
I
throw a
write too.
fit.
So
There's
I'm not.
two women.
I write too.
Supervisor,
So my big
assistants,
thing right
EA,
now, that's
education
what we have
systems,
gotta
that will have to lay on the floor and sort of hold them until
Virago.
they stop.
I
this is
I should bought that damn spider when I was going.
like
should
to
have.
hold and
Spider.
try to just.
I would have put him on his back now.
No,
I'm not going
But
to
it's okay,
Virago
dear. And
is-
the kid
I
screaming.
can't
You know what I mean by a kid throwing a fit
And I don't know if
everything.
it's because it's heavy.
I actually am not sure if all of that has to do with medical issues of autism. I think it's just children that are out of control. The problem is,
So-
you know how like a wheelbase, and it's
scary
all up
stuff.
here,
Yeah,
and I can't do it. I'm not tall enough though. I'm 11, right? So I'm down here. I can't even get a hold of it. So I've got the 250. I want to get it pulled out because it would be lower for him. So the difference is 250 is like barely 300 pounds
yeah.
with tank. Even if we threw the bags on it, my goodness, and it would be lower. So I want to get that pulled out. And my next thing is I'm almost certain it may need card work. You know anybody who'll come to my house rather than me having to put it on the road and take it somewhere?
If we can get there. If we can get there.
Well, if it can get there, it was running rough when I moved it into the garage. So it probably needs carb. And it's just, it's a little bike. It does. It regularly needs carb.
Put some carb cleaner in the tank.
I'll be draining it again. We tried that. It still probably needs it. That's what I want to try to do this afternoon. But I do need some help with him to get it pulled
I need a
out.
250. Even insurance is a lot cheaper too.
Insurance is much cheaper.
The biggest one we ever put in was 6.6 wide.
The other, he didn't go down the highway.
4
So the
high.
other idea I had, because Alan
Second
talked
floor.
about it. See, I will put myself on his principal rider.
Three people on ladders.
Add him in for the extra $30, and then see if she
Window.
will
Oh,
be a
window.
principal.
Oh,
Yeah, well, at the
Exactly.
townhouse, they have this genie lift,
Well, he runs higher insurance than I do.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the new thing. So.
We did it all up.
Yeah, you gotta have whoever's riding the damn bike, which is
Three of us went up.
California
Took
stuff.
sliders out of
Yeah,
it.
That's right.
And they all went from the outside.
We want to know
So
everything that you're doing.
with key nails in it just to get it secured. And then go
yeah.
under one side of the nail just to balance it.
China is unbelievable.
I was reading skipping. India is moving towards cashless society.
Yeah, that was a big
And it's
change.
all double glazed, so it's really heavy.
And gas still.
I used to work at
Kind of back to that thing, we don't know how well and lucky we are in this country still.
panes of glass together.
Oh yeah, pull a thingy and it won't be in your eyes.
I can use that thing. So.
Yeah. There we go. So have you been working after Christmas?
yeah.
Oh, yes, I felt much better. Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, the sun is coming further. You don't have to move further.
Well, we'll be honest, it's that age moment, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
and the light will still be coming in your eyes.
No, I thought there was. I looked and I thought, well, there's one up there.
No, because that one's...
Okay, well, whoever put them on didn't do a good job because they're on opposites, so.
Oh well. It's all good now.
I wouldn't mind one of those bendable ladders. I probably need one or borrow one.
The multi-use ladders.
I've got a stairwell that is a nightmare right now that I've got to get up and fix. A thing that I strung because I couldn't handle. The stairwell is so horrendous, it always was, and then I changed the house, now it's enclosed. I can't get the big extension ladders in there. I mean, we could barely get it in when none of that wood was on the side.
just to bring it in and around and up and in. And that was the cedars. Now we've got wood there. There isn't a hope and glory of getting it in there. And I've got a light at the top. You know, who was thinking nobody was, right? An extension ladder to changes. So years and years and years ago, I strung a wired bulb with a chain down where I could get at it to reach it. Well, guess what? It fried out. Goody. And because the thing, or the chain, the line itself, because the thing is what it is, I don't know. I don't know if I can turn off all the power to work on it, because then I could get at it. Then I still have to string treble lights. I thought, no, if I could just, because I want to clean it too. I need one of those, you know, those ladders, like, yeah. You know, we can,
step ladder,
or a
Little giant, I think they call them or something.
yeah, something that I can get a platform out that I can say there I can get at it and reach it. So it's something like that.
Yeah, high ceilings look nice, but they come with their own set
their
of
own price.
Yeah.
Just unreal. So
I don't understand these people have like 3-story entryways and the top of it's a chandelier. Okay, you're gonna need a lift to go up there and change those bulbs.
More if you want to clean it.
well, that's some of what's wrong with this. It looked kind of ad hoc and what's the word? Kitschish? Kitschy. Yeah. It was something I rigged up and I just got so frustrated. But it is. They can be. Let's see. What is it? It's been there for 6, 7, 8 years. Okay, well, thing. Guy on disability upstairs, and you can. What's the big deal? He says if you just flip the light switch, you can cut into. And I'm going, you don't know as much about electrical as I do, because this does not always work, baby. It just does not.
But, you know, I can actually, with the saw over top, I can operate the saw and still not work.
That's okay. That's okay.
I
don't hear anything. Got those things in there.
Oh yeah, that's.
Talks to me.
I should have done
Hang on a
electrical.
minute, you know, I'll take these things off, turn that thing off. Okay, what were you saying?
I think Al is playing hooky. I think Rick is too. Oh, that's it. Oh well. Well, is this even a... It's not really a holiday weekend. No, it's the 29th, isn't it? It's the 29th, yeah.
2 more days. And we'll have perfect vision come in a couple of days. We'll all be seeing 2020.
I thought of that too. I did. I have thought of that too. Yes.
You can get rid of your glasses? No more need for them.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
So that miracle really is coming. Oh, good. Do you wear contacts?
My 7 is good.
Or glasses?
I'm starting to need them for solid state work.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still read it.
Whose is it?
You know, I can still read it.
It's a Dell. Oh no, I can't.
It's not,
Where's this?
I wanted it for a while.
How much now? Yeah.
I spent quite a bit of time on it.
16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig.
You know where else you should go? Go down to Mike's Computers and talk to them.
Who?
Mike's.
Oh, yeah.
And go in and talk to them. Depending what you're going to do with it, they may have something in that they, because they do refurbish. I bought
this, so it's
Oh, you did buy
How
it?
do I blow
Oh,
it up
okay.
so I can see all of the...
I see.
well, it's got, let's see, one of the, yeah, there's the I don't know if that tells you anything.
Yeah, that's how I go with. Windows 10, i7, 2.4 gig, 16 gigs of RAM is good.
Yeah, I've from people I've talked to, they say the solid state drive is the way to go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It
It's a snap tube.
boots up faster,
Yeah.
and yeah. And I want to do that. Just I'm still gonna keep my old one for cruising the internet, but I've never felt comfortable doing that and then also do my banking on the same computer.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to be just strictly for that.
For that.
I'll still put pictures on there, that sort of thing, but I don't want to do anything other than...
1 year warranty as well, that's good.
Yeah, is
That's
that
a nice
good?
little system. If you're going to do any kind of graphics on it, I do suggest a video card.
Oh yeah, well,
You always use roar.
huh?
All you do
Maybe
is roar.
I've got a GoPro. I mean, I know that one guy from the island, he was doing like 200,000
My version of GoPro. And if I could figure out how to strap this thing to the bike, I would have it made. And I was going to get one of those. I don't know. I think it was you I told the story to. I showed you the video. It must have been you. And you thought it was terrible. And there was a video, I don't know, 5-6 years. It wasn't the one on the island. I know that one too. And he was down somewhere stateside. And I tell you, this boy could ride. I mean, I wouldn't, I don't know, maybe. No, that's not the same clip. This was another clip. He was doing stunts down the highway. You name it, he was doing it. Which, you know, if you put on the YouTube or someplace, people will copy. But I thought, and because I showed you where I said, pull this up. And I said, you know, he's got nothing to worry about. He knows what he's doing. In fact, he's not even bothering the drivers, right? They're just going, oh, wow, this is cool. If I could do it.
I wouldn't.
You're going to like that 250. You're going to love it. He doesn't like it because, I mean, he's only used it a few times when the bike's been off the road. That 250, you can run that without holding on, man. Like, literally, your knees can keep it going where it's supposed to go. Like, here, look, Tim, I'm riding, no hits.
When you stop, it's not heavy to hang on to, right?
That bike has nearly gone down, I don't know how many times, on ice or whatever. And it's nothing. It's like, you know, move your butt, and it's like riding a dirt bike. Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of going fast, you heard of the movie called Cannonball Run?
Yeah.
That's the race from New York to LA.
Yeah.
Well, that still goes on. People actually are breaking records between
Doing
New
that.
York and LA. What do you think the fastest time is between New York and LA?
I don't know.
No idea.
He's going to Google it.
Yeah, I've forgotten exactly what the number is because I read the article not too long ago.
I would think it would have to be New York and LA. If you're running straight through, I would think it would have to be close to 4 days. I would think it would have to be. Wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, that depends with your speed limit, but even if you're going higher than speed limit. No, but I mean, even if you're running faster than speed limit. 3 days?
How long do you think?
I said, good do it. 3 days minimum, not 2. Yeah?
Maybe 2.5.
I would say about 3 days.
Speed record was
Now you gotta make me put my glasses on. 27 hours.
Can you believe that? 27 hours and 25 minutes.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Now these guys are very sophisticated. No, they had a car that did not look like it was hopped up or anything like that. It was a Mercedes. Very powerful. I guess they had extra fuel, right? So you would have to stop all the time. And they had radar detectors and had an infrared camera that they would mount at nighttime to see if there's a cop up ahead somewhere stopped, right? They had lookouts. They had people actually driving ahead of them for like all night long to look for speed traps. And then they'd be in radio contact. These guys had it all figured out.
27.
Yeah, it's a fascinating article. Look it up. That's 2019. That was.
Wow.
He set off at 12:57 a.m. November 10th.
Yeah, I would have thought close to 3 days.
There's so many ads in between there.
I don't know. I don't think you can do that in a train even.
Train's a minimum 2 days, isn't it? Damn, darn close. Like if you didn't have stops or whatnot.
No, they're over
And straight
that
through.
away. Of the mountains, if I can get them from up here, they look gorgeous. I'll have to go drive further, but that's not bad.